Welcome to Part 3 of the French Revolution. In this section, we will cover, France abolishes monarchy and becomes a republic. The Reign of Terror. A Directory rules France. Women and the Revolution. The Abolition of Slavery. The Revolution and Everyday Life. At the end, we'll have some MCQs, so make sure you listen closely. France abolishes monarchy and becomes a republic. Even after Louis XVI signed the constitution, he secretly held talks with the King of Prussia. Other European rulers were also worried about the French Revolution and planned to send armies to stop it. To defend itself, the French National Assembly declared war on Austria in April 1792. Thousands of ordinary people joined the army, seeing it as a war of the people against kings and aristocrats everywhere. During this time, they sang patriotic songs, the most famous being the Marseillaise, written by Roger de Lisle. It was first sung by volunteers from Marseille as they marched into Paris. Today, it is the national anthem of France. The wars brought hardship, prices rose, food was short, and many men went to fight, leaving women to care for their families. People felt that the revolution must go further because the 1791 constitution still gave rights only to the rich. Political clubs became places to discuss government policies and plan action. The Jacobins, led by Maximilien Robespierre, were the most powerful club. Its members were small shopkeepers, artisans, servants, and daily wage workers. The Jacobins wanted equality. Many of them began wearing long dresses like workers instead of the knee breeches of nobles. They also wore the red cap of liberty. They were called sans-culottes, meaning, those without knee breeches. In August 1792, angry Parisians, along with Jacobins, attacked the Palace of Tuileries, killed the king's guards, and imprisoned the royalty. Elections were held where all men above 21 years could vote, regardless of wealth. The new assembly, called the Convention, declared France a republic on September 21, 1792. The monarchy ended and Louis XVI was tried and executed for treason on January 21, 1793. His wife, Marie Antoinette, was executed soon after. In 1793, France was facing internal revolts. Robespierre became the most important figure in government. He controlled the state and ruled very strictly. This period is called the Reign of Terror, 1793 to 1794. During this period, anyone seen as an enemy of the Republic, whether nobles, clergy, rival politicians, or even his own supporters, was arrested, put on trial, and executed by the guillotine, a beheading device consisting of 2 poles and a blade. It was named after Dr. Guillotin who invented it. Robespierre's government fixed prices, rationed food, forced peasants to grain at government rates, and banned white flour. Everyone had to eat equality bread made of whole wheat. People had to address each other as citizen, citoyen/citoyenne, instead of sir or madam. Churches were closed. But Robespierre became too harsh, and even his father turned against him. In July 1794, he was arrested and executed. A Directory rules France. After Robespierre's fall, power went to the rich middle-class people. A new constitution was made which gave voting rights only to property owners. The government was divided into 2 councils and a directory of 5 members to prevent one-man rule. However, this system was weak and unstable. In the end, a military leader named Napoleon Bonaparte rose to power. Women played an important role in the French Revolution. Most of them worked as seamstresses, vegetable sellers, or servants. They had low wages, no proper education, and many household duties. To raise their voice, women formed clubs and wrote in newspapers. The most famous group was the Society of Revolutionary and Republican Women. They demanded equal political rights such as voting, being elected, and holding office. Some changes did happen. Girls' schooling became compulsory, fathers could not force daughters into marriage, marriage was treated as a civil contract, divorce was allowed, and women could work in jobs and businesses. But still, women were not treated equally. During the Reign of Terror, women's clubs were closed, and leaders like Olympe de Gouges, who wrote the Declaration of the Rights of Woman and Citizen, were executed. In fact, French women got the right to vote only much later, in 1946. The abolition of slavery. In the French colonies of the Caribbean, crops like sugar, coffee, and indigo were grown. Enslaved Africans were forced to work on these plantations. French traders earned a lot of money through the triangular slave trade between Europe, Africa, and the Americas. Cities like Bordeaux and Nantes became very rich because of this trade. In 1794, the French Convention ended slavery. But later, in 1804, Napoleon brought it back. Finally, in 1848, slavery was ended forever. Napoleon Bonaparte. In 1804, Napoleon Bonaparte made himself the Emperor of France. He spread many new ideas such as equality before the law, protection of property, and the decimal system. At first, people liked him. But later, his armies became harsh, and people started to hate him. In 1815, Napoleon was defeated at the Battle of Waterloo. The legacy of the Revolution. The French Revolution left a big impact. Its main ideas were liberty, equality, and democratic rights. These ideas spread to many countries of the world. In India too, leaders like Tipu Sultan and Raja Rammohan Roy were inspired by them. Everyday life. The revolution also changed daily life. People got freedom to print books, newspapers, and pamphlets. Songs, plays, and festivals spread ideas of freedom and justice. Even clothes, speech, and food began to show equality. Who led the Jacobin Club during the French Revolution? A. Napoleon Bonaparte. B. Olympe de Gouges. C. Maximilien Robespierre. D. King Louis XVI. The right answer is C. Maximilien Robespierre. Maximilien Robespierre led the Jacobin Club during the French Revolution. Who wrote the Declaration of the Rights of Woman and Citizen? A. Marie Antoinette. B. Olympe de Gouges. C. Joan of Arc. D. Charlotte Corday. The right answer is B. Olympe de Gouges. Olympe de Gouges wrote the Declaration of the Rights of Woman and Citizen. When was France declared a republic? A. July 14, 1789. B. September 21, 1792. C. August 26, 1789. D. May 5, 1789. The right answer is B. September 21, 1792. France was declared a republic on September 21, 1792. Who restored slavery in 1804? A. Robespierre. B. Napoleon Bonaparte. C. King Louis XVI. D. Lafayette. The right answer is B. Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte restored slavery in 1804. What was the guillotine used for? A. To print newspapers. B. To behead people. C. To measure land. D. To cook food. The right answer is B. To behead people. The guillotine was used to behead people.
Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please do like, share with friends, and please subscribe to the channel.